Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Startup CEO Lifestyle TV. Today, we are going to do a little day in the life, and then I'm going to give you 5 tips to help you become a super host as an Airbnb, VRBO, short-term rental, long-term rental, whatever you're doing. I'm going to help you become a super host real fast. Okay, so if this is something that you're interested in, real estate, becoming an Airbnb superhost, stay tuned. Talk to you soon. Here at the property, and I'm getting ready to go in to add some towels inside the property, as well as some coffee, and just other things that the guests will need. I always leave some mints and all that kind of stuff. So I'm on my way in there because she'll be here at exactly 4:30, and it's about 4 o'clock right now. And I am running late because I was working my home health business earlier today, and we were short staffed. So I just had to do a lot. So not complaining. I'm very grateful and thankful, but sometimes it gets a little hectic. So getting ready to go in, I'm going to share with you some things that I do to prep the property for last minute guests. The last guest checked out probably about a week ago, so I hadn't been to this property in that time, and nobody in our company had been there either. So I just want to go make sure everything is ready for them to come, so there's no surprises. The worst thing you can do is be surprised when you walk into the property and it's not like how you left it, okay? Because things happen, okay? But we're going to prevent that. So stay tuned for the tips later on, and then this current day in the life. I'll talk with you soon. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to submit that subscribe. Don't forget to hit that like, and also leave me a comment. Blessings. What's going on, CEO friends? I am here at another one of our properties that we are leasing for corporate housing. And we got a guest checking in today, and it was kind of a last minute thing. So I'm just here trying to make sure everything is ready to go, as you would say. And I like to come in and spruce up everything before guests come in, because first impressions are lasting impressions. And I'm like running through with my Febreze, making sure it's fresh in here and making sure everything smells nice when they come in. I put it all over the place, like on the rugs, on the pillows, anything that it doesn't stain. Rugs in the bathroom, because it's the last thing you want is the bathroom smelling horrible. So I spray my Febreze all over the place, and it works out great. So one thing that I do want to make you aware of when you are doing short-term rental, Airbnb, whatever it is, short-term rental, long-term rental, anything, make sure the place smells good, okay? Nobody likes a stinky place, not at all, okay? So if it smells good, then more than likely it looks good, okay? So I had to come in and put some things in. Let me show you what I did real quick to spiff things up. This unit did not have a trash can, and I have no idea what happened to it. Our cleaning people sometimes comes in and move things around. Perhaps maybe they took it outside or whatnot, but I don't know. But I did bring another one in. So I want to make sure there's no dust anywhere, that when they come in, it's nice and clean and ready to stay. You also want to make sure the refrigerator, see, somebody left some juice in there. Open things I typically take out as well. Other than that, it looks like it's ready to go, and I'm excited because this is a last minute guest. And if you are doing short-term rental, you want to make sure that you're always available for your clients when they need it. This client is booking because wherever she was before, they had an issue with the plumbing. And so she reached out to us and asked us, did we have availability? We said, yes, come on, okay? Look, we don't turn down money unless it's the money that's bad, okay? And what do I mean by bad money? Money that comes with problems. Money does come with problems, believe it or not. And so we try to make sure that we get quality tenants, quality guests that are going to stay for a long time and that are going to take care of our property. So let me get off here while I am finishing up some other stuff, and I'll get back on shortly to give you some tips that you need in order to be a super host. Okay, talk soon. So I leave them some snacks all the time, no matter what it is, just some chips, some water, things of that nature. And then I just bought a new hair dryer, and so I try to get a picture of everything that I leave, just in case we have to do some arbitration. meaning that something is missing. So I just bought that dryer right there, and so I wanted to make sure I get a good picture. All right, you guys, so finally got the guests checked in and all of that great stuff. And I wanted to give you a couple of tips to share with you of how you can become a super host really quick. So a lot of times people will tell you that it's not a big deal to be a super host. And if you've watched any of my other videos, I share with you simply that first impressions are lasting impressions, and becoming a super host is really beneficial to you from the short term and the long term. Reason being, people that are super hosts, typically they get seen first on the platform. They also get increase in monetary because you get seen first on the platform, and you have a little bit more opportunity to stand out. And per se, they say that Airbnb actually pushes your listing up if you are a super host. So I'm just trying to look back to see if that really is the case. And I do know when we became Superhost, after 3 months of being on the platform, I did see an increase in bookings. So I don't know if it was the fact that we listed well and had great commentary with our listing, or it was the fact that Airbnb pushed it up. Needless to say, we have actually surpassed our own expectation by becoming Airbnb hosts. And I highly recommend that if you are interested in this opportunity, that first of all, you subscribe to my channel, because I do everything as it relates to real estate, and I share the experiences. I share every day in the life and all of that experiences on this channel. So go ahead and click the subscribe button. Make sure you become a part of the CEO family, and you won't miss an episode that I upload or that I go live on. So let's get straight down to the nitty-gritty. Number one, you want to offer excellent customer service. I know you've heard me say that over and over again. In every business that I do, I make sure that customer service is the epitome of my organization. Everybody that I work with, I also expect that from them. In fact, they have to do a customer service test to become an employee of our organization or contractor. They have to do a customer service test, because we make that the cornerstone of our success in our business. So that customer service is how you advertise. Make sure what you advertise is that you exactly offer that. And you also, when you get an inquiry through Airbnb, you want to spontaneously answer it immediately. You don't want to wait too long. My timeline is 15 minutes, and that's why I have a team, so that if I'm not able to answer it in 15 minutes, somebody else on my team can. But we have a pivot point of 15 minutes that we have to respond when someone sends an inquiry through Airbnb. Also, with customer service, you want to make sure that communication is top notch. You want to make sure that you're clear, the customer's clear, and that there is no misunderstanding through the process of them staying in your property. Because it is your property, you want communication to be clear, that they understand the listing, that they read the listing, and that you both are on the same page. So I cannot stress customer service enough, and you will always hear me say that when I'm talking to you about business. So that's number one. Number two, you want to make certain, if you want to be a super host, that the property is spick and span clean and that it smells good. There is nothing like going into a funky place that smells like feet, that smells like food, animals, or anything of that nature. Even if you offer animals in your property, you want to make sure that it does not smell like animals, because I am a pet owner and I know pets can stink. And so I make sure we don't offer pets in any of our properties. Number one, because I'm a pet owner and I know people don't take care of their pets like you will take care of yours. And I just don't want it. It's just extra time, and I probably have to pay my housekeeper, house cleaning, and all of that extra money, because they have to clean up behind the dog hair and all that kind of stuff. So no to Fido, okay? I love pets. I have my dog, as I mentioned, and I love my dog with all my heart, but none in the property. But make sure the property is spick and span clean and that it smells good. And I personally, for the properties that we have within the area that I live in, I make certain that I go in those properties before the guest gets there. So if any issues, because let me tell you a little side note, one property that we had a guest come in within 2 hours, and I tell you, that was the most horrible experience of my life. And let me tell you why. The electricity was off. You talk about a bad review, okay? I have no idea why it was off, but it was off. When I called the electric company, they told me that they had a shortage in the area or something along those lines. So I had to go in turn and make the guest aware, because that wouldn't have been good for us to come back into the property and the electricity is off. So you also want to make sure that things, if you go check it out before the guest gets there, you can kind of nip in the bud any issues or problems that are present before the guest gets there, to help eliminate you getting a bad review. And so make certain that the property is spick and span clean. Towels are cleaned. I always go through each and every towel. Got some towels in the car right now too, because I went to the property to let the guest in and I wanted to make sure she had clean towels. I don't like spots, because we typically use white towels. I don't like spots on my towels. I like for them to be fresh and clean. A lot of times people wear makeup, and so I always make certain that I leave a black towel or some makeup sponges so that us women can wipe off our makeup. So that's very important, because you know, I know makeup stains and dingy towels, and we just definitely don't want that. So make sure everything in there that you're leaving, the dishes and all of that, are clean, so when they get there they have no complaints about anything that is in the property. Make sure there's no dishes in the dishwasher, your silverware, utensils and all that, pots and pans are clean, and that they're stored where the guests can find them. Number 3, if you want to be a super host, get a great location. You know, there's probably some debate about what a great location is. A great location for me in our company when we're running our business is that it's close to the highway, for professionals that have to get on the highway to go back and forth to work or go to the store or whatever, or go see family members, just accessible to the highway. It also has to have great amenities around it, like stores. You know, you don't want to be out nowhere in no man's land where they don't have access to conveniences that will help them stay in your property. You know, if they're staying in the Airbnb, a lot of times they want to cook and things of that nature. So you want to make sure that there's a store that they can literally walk to or drive to and get things that they need, necessities and things of that nature. So great location, especially if it's near like amusement parks, if it's near hospitals, which a lot of our properties are, parks, things of that nature, things that will draw people to your property, and that will make certain that you get a lot of bookings, and it would also help you to become a super host, because you'll be in a great location. Who doesn't want to stay in a great location? So that's number 3. Number 4, you want to make sure that they have all the necessary supplies, utensils, whatever you advertise, make sure it is in the property. I can't say that enough. One time we didn't have a hair dryer in there, and you know, us brown chocolate women, we don't blow dry and wash our hair every day, but some of our guests, they do. You know, they wash their hair every day, so we had to make sure that we had a hair dryer in there, because they kind of dinged us because we did not have a hair dryer. And it wasn't their guest's fault, it was our fault. So after that guest left, first of all, we apologized for not having one, and we gave them a complimentary half off discount for them to come back, and we got a hair dryer when they left. Okay, because we did not want that again to happen. So make sure you have everything that you advertise, utensils in the house, whatever you put in that advertising, make sure it's there. And if it's an Airbnb, like I said, a lot of times people want things that they will have in their home inside the Airbnb, because it's like a home away from home. Pots and pans, dishes, silverware, toilet paper. I cannot stress that enough. Make sure you got some toilet paper there. Paper towels, towels, also anything that goes into the kitchen, dishwashing liquid, dishwasher liquid, whatever you have. We also supply the necessities of laundry detergent to make sure that our guests, if they have to wash it, they have some to start them off. Now we give them an initial supply, and then if they need more, then they get it themselves. So that's number 4. Number 5, you want to create a guest book. And why is a guest book important? Is, you know, to each his own, but I think it's so necessary, because when you're getting guests from out of state, they want to know what is it to do in the area that you are listing this property for. So we try to give them the best restaurants that we've eaten at. We also try to work out some things with the restaurant. Perhaps maybe if they can offer discounts for our guests, if we can work out some type of partnership. Collaboration and partnerships are essential in business, and we try to work out those things with our guests so that when they come stay with us, they'll get 10-15% off, you know, a restaurant within the neighborhood. And so it also builds good business community to do that. So we try to make sure we partner with surrounding businesses in our area. And in the guest book, we also put things that they can do within the area, like if the zoo is near, or if different theaters are near. We try to put that in the guest book so they're not always on Google or trying to find different things to go. They have a plan of action when they come to our property. So it has worked well for us, and we find that our guests like that. So these are 5 tips, and I shared with you a day in the life a little earlier about what we do in rushing to get a guest in a property last minute. That's another thing too. If you can get an instant last minute booking, that is so awesome, because you can accommodate them from perhaps maybe where they weren't able to go before. And as I mentioned to guest earlier, she had whatever property she was staying in, and after she described it to me, I felt sorry for the lady, and she told me it was just horrible. It was lots of noise, the plumbing wasn't working, and the guy told her it was going to take probably about a day. Well, she's only staying 5 days, so a day was just like a wasted day of time that she could have spent doing what she came here to do. And so you definitely want to make communication clear with them and make sure they have everything that is available. So I hope these 5 tips help you, and plus the day in the life that I shared with you earlier. If you have any questions about anything, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe so you know every time I upload a video about lifestyle as it relates to real estate, business, family, vlogs, food, or anything of that nature, and travel, that you are first to be notified. Don't forget to hit that notification bell as well. And if you are interested in becoming an Airbnb host and eventually become a SuperHost, go ahead and click the links in my bio below. I also am in the process of putting some things together to help those that want to start this and become profitable, as well as run an extra stream of income. This is excellent passive income, and I stress it all the time with my students. And it's just a great place to be in real estate. So thanks again for being here. I am Nichelle, the startup CEO. I'm actually sitting in front of Menards right now because I'm getting ready to go in to get some supplies for a rehab that we are getting ready to do. We do buy and flip property as well, and our next venture is coming soon. So stay tuned. Talk to you soon. Blessings and peace. And I greatly appreciate all my CEO family for coming back to check me out all the time, and my new family as well. Talk to you later. Bye. Mwah.